Okay, today we've got this Chevy here in the shop today for some exhaust work. As you can tell from that opening clip, not very loud. Guy wants to be able to hear it a little bit, so he's brought us all these different parts. Some pipes, some 4-in-1 headers, some tips, a bunch of hangers, that sort of stuff. So we're gonna put some together here and make some work. Okay, as you can see, we got some headers in here. 4-to-1, 2.5 inch. He just brought us the correct collectors for it. So those are 2.5 inch ones. We'll cut those down to make something work. I started bending pipes. We got this guy here. And he's brought us 2 over axle pieces. A bent piece. It's gonna go right up here over the transmount, and the other, and we just talked to him. He said we can just go straight underneath this one. We'll throw the muffler somewhere in here by the drive shaft and then go at the back. So slowly making progress. Okay, so back here on the Chevy, got my pipe bent. Cut off the end of the collector. That'll get on here. And then we'll be able to attach that piece right there, go over that bracket, then we'll be able to start figuring out more stuff for this side. So let's get started on some welding. Okay, so one of the issues we're having with these headers is those coil wires touch the headers. That'll cause them to melt, spark to arc. So what we have here are these boots that go over our ignition wires there, and that way they can rub up right against the header, and then hopefully they won't burn through. As you can see down there, that one's touching, that one's touching. So we just gotta throw those on, and we should be able to start this thing. Just gotta finish the underside after that. So one thing you always have to be careful of when working with a rear-wheel drive vehicle or 4-wheel drive that has a solid rear axle is that when it's in the air, the axle's drooped, right? So when you put it on the ground, the axle's gonna come up a little bit. A safe way to always be okay with your exhaust systems here is make sure this bump stop, your exhaust stays above it. So if your exhaust is right here, it's gonna be okay because the axle will hit this before it hits the exhaust. So just make sure that your exhaust, when you build them, do clear your rear axle when it comes under full load. Okay, so I've spent way too much time measuring and bending, and this is where we are now. They're pretty close to even. It's really hard with this bar right here, as one has to go over top and one has to come underneath it. So very difficult to get them even, but it's close. So now we're gonna just finish up the back half here. Okay, again, a few hours later, pipe's bent up, comes up over the axle, like I said. The bump stop is lower than the pipe, so the axle hit the pipe or the bump stop first. The pipe should be okay. So now I got the other side. Okay, got both up here. Now for the insanely complicated part. This last little bit, getting those down and around all these brackets. There's a lot of stuff in the way, so wish me luck. Okay, we got one pipe on there, one more to go. I'm not too sure how to really mount these exhaust tips. I don't really like how the hose clamp works. I guess when it's close to the ground, it'll look a bit better. The other one's gonna be a bit trickier to get on, as it's smaller than that one, so it won't just slide over the pipe. So I'll have to figure something out, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, I just caught the last pipe. This guy here. All that stuff to do now. So the tip on, put her down, make sure that axle doesn't hit. Start her up. So now that it's done, I just wanted to show you a couple things that I was keeping in mind while I was building this exhaust system, just to, you know, keep everything nice and pretty and keep everything out of the way. So first things first, he did say he wanted to stick it out a little bit. So it's out a little bit. And then I mentioned exhaust tucked behind the frame, so you can't see it because it's running right beside that frame rail. And we'll come over to this side. Same thing. Can't see it, it's behind the frame rail there. So it clears the axle. I'm going to throw some mud flaps on for him. But before we do that, let's start her up. Let's see what it sounds like. So, I'm not willing to admit how long this actually took me to do. It's a lot longer than I want to admit. The first day I probably put 4 hours into it, and then 2 hours in the evening for, I don't know, 4 evenings, so 8 hours. What is that now, 12 plus another 3. Yeah, I'd say probably 15 hours to do that. Buying a pre-made kit's easier. I don't want to charge a customer that much, so. Well, I mean, I'm glad this one's done. I hope he's happy with it. He just said he wants something easy to have on there. I believe he has a built engine he's throwing in it. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to subscribe for more stuff like this. See you guys next time.